Hello. Welcome back to Healing Fire, or welcome to Healing Fire. If this is your first journey, I am going to kind of say hi to everybody here as they pop in. It's been a few days. I've been sick. I still have the sniffles, so pardon me for all my sniffling, and I can't seem to get it to stop no matter what I do. So still have the nosy drippies. Anyway, hello, Terry, Granny Judy. Yes, baby finally made it home. Hey, Skyfire. Hi, Angel. Thank you for joining. Maureen, hello. I am just home from work and getting settled. Phyllis, how are you? Hi, y'all. Welcome. So glad you guys are joining. Thank you for hanging with me. I know it's been a few days since I've been on, but had a bug that wasn't very nice. And I'm doing pretty well right now. I'm still just sniffly and a little bit congested up here, but that's manageable, so I'm okay. And then this was our probably busiest weekend of the year at work, so it was absolutely insane and bananas and crazy. So Maureen, hello. Feeling much better. I'm still just sniffly and I probably sound a little bit stuffy because I am, but so pardon the sniffles when I do the sniffles, and my nose itches too, drives me crazy. Regina, hello. Happy winter solstice. Merry Yule. So excited. Every day is going to get a little brighter from here on out. I love this day. This is fantastic. Yeah, I think Linda G has actually what I had last spring. For anybody who's been around since the beginning, not long after I started the channel, I got a horrible, well, they think it was pertussis actually. And I could not get rid of it. I was out of work for 2 weeks solid. Never in my almost 56 years have I ever been out of work that long. We had a family business. We started working when we could walk. I've never been out of work that long. That was crazy. And I even was vaxxed for it too. But I guess it was going around big time around here. But it sounds like what's going around there it was crazy going around here. They're kind of guessing that it was pertussis, I guess. I don't know. But it knocked me out. And so that was no fun. This is just a cold that's going around. So this fortunately did not go into my chest. Thank God. Because everything always seems to go into my chest whenever I get it. This was just head cold, and all I wanted to do was sleep. I was just exhausted. So I also kept getting little hits from the universe of, you're doing too much. You need to rest. And whenever I get that, it's this is your last call. Either you rest or we're taking you out to make you rest. And that's what happened. So plus where I work, we see people literally from all over the world. And so if anything is going around the planet, I'm going to get exposed to it. So if I have a weakened immune system at all from being tired or whatever, it's probably going to go my way. We had a couple of people at work that had it, and that little bug just went, hey, you're tired. We'll attach ourselves to you. So the worst of it, fortunately, was when I was on my weekend, which was nice. I had a whole bunch of stuff I wanted to get done, which I did not get done. But at least I was able to sleep and I didn't have to take sick pay. So that's good. Maureen blew the cinnamon into the entryway earlier and out the back door. Very good. Just be careful with cinnamon. It's not good for all pets. So I think cats are not supposed to be around that. So just be careful if you have critters. But very good. Excellent. You got an ear infection because spirit wanted to make me rest. Yeah, seriously. That's whenever I'm like quite literally burning the candle at both ends, which I have been doing the last couple of months. I usually get a, you should probably stop for a little bit. And when I go, yeah, I'll get to it, and then don't, then it goes, okay, we tried to tell you. And that's what happened. So fortunately, it was just, head cold pretty much. It didn't get into my chest, which was good, but it did knock me out, like physically. All I wanted to do was sleep. I could not stay awake. It was the weirdest thing, but I mean, that's okay. So doing much better. Feeling much better. Thank you for asking. And I'm basically back. Just sound like I'm congested because I am, but that's doable. I can handle that. So welcome to Yule and winter solstice. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of go over some history. I know I've heard different stories on different things. This is history as I've been able to find over the years and stuff like that. So I started making a whole bunch of notes on things. Thought I'd go over the history of some of the things, some of the meanings, traditions, some of the good herbs and incenses and candles and crystals and just different things you might want to do, and really the intention of this holiday and this season. It's quite literally about bless them and release them, right? Out with the old, in with the new, and getting rid of things that no longer serve you so that you can clear your energy and manifest and bring forth things that do serve you and where you want to move forward to. So we're going to talk a lot about that, because pretty much every ritual is around that concept, which I love. So, especially everything, this has been such a heavy year for almost everybody, unless you're completely oblivious to what's going on the planet, that it's, I think it would be good for everybody to just kind of refocus into some things we can't control, some things we can control. What we can control is our own energy. What do we need to let go of that no longer serves us? What do we want to bring forth and bring in? And the things that, those things we can control. We can control our energy, our attitude, our mental health, our well-being, and our gratitude, which is a big part of the season as well. So we're going to talk a lot about those things. So, but Terry, blessed Yuletide. Yes, to you as well. Skyfire, does anyone remember the name of the mushroom coffee at Costco? I don't know. I don't have a Costco card anymore, so I don't go there. And Maureen, stress is not our friend, and it's true about Taurus. We are prone to colds and ear infection. I'm an Aries. I'm just a pain in the patootie, and until I get so sick I can't get up usually. I do feel for you for ear infections, though. Those are nasty. I do not like them. My kids would get them. It was horrible. What is it? Angel, your pup? Uh-oh, I missed Angel. Oh, your dog. Oh, Angel, your dog had to have dental surgery on the 19th. Oh, she cracked 5 teeth on her kennel. Oh no. So I used to have a dachshund that eventually he needed almost all of his teeth pulled, because he would sit and just gnaw on the kennel. It's like, but he ruined all of his teeth. And I couldn't let him run free, because that's, I still have carpet that needs to be replaced, because he literally chewed it up and swallowed it. And we had to go to the vet for that. Like, okay, well, we're going to need to contain you. I eventually created like this playpen area for him. But anyway, because he just chewed his teeth down to nothing on his kennel. It's crazy. So honoring my Irish Celtic roots here on this fine Yule, tonight's coffee cup brought to you by Ireland. Mm-hmm. It is not an Irish cream coffee, though. I didn't even think about that. That would have been delicious. So just coffee. Coffee. Isn't that cute, though? I love this little mug. It's so cute. An ex-boyfriend brought it back from Ireland for me, and it's still really cute. I liked it. So, okay. Well, we're going to start going over some things, and hold on here. I have notes. I'm going to take notes, and they're not even on paper. Can you believe that? Look at me getting all technology stuff. So, Yule, aka winter solstice. It likely named after the Old Norse Yule. U-L-E is how it's spelled, but how it was probably spelled originally is either J-O-I or J-U-U-L. Probably J-U-U-L for Yule. But it means wheel, so representing the wheel of the year. Yule log, there's the log, right? The Yule log typically was dedicated to Thor, who is the god of courage and fire, for protection, which makes sense because, you're going to burn your Yule log. So, and Thor, of course, Thor is Thor. Sorry, what's going through my head is hammer, Thor, her. Anyway, I don't know where that's coming from. But he is the god of courage and fire, and it was lit in his honor and for protection. So essentially, it is a celebration of light. It is a fire festival. Here we go. So many of you, probably all of you, but if you don't know, now you're going to know. Many of you probably know that pretty much everything in Christianity was appropriated from pagan religions. This is a huge one. So all of the little traditions and celebrations for Christmas was appropriated from pagan religions. The idea was to make it easier to try to convert the pagans into Christianity. So, this celebration of light, this fire festival, it celebrates the birth of the sun, S-U-N. In Christianity, it's the birth of the sun, S-O-N. Okay? So it is a celebration of the birth of the sun. Because, as we know, it will start getting brighter and brighter and brighter. So essentially the sun and the light is reborn and returns and starts coming back to the earth. The energy, all of the energy around this holiday is around prosperity and protection. So releasing what no longer serves you. We're going to talk more about this, and we're going to go through some cord cutting things and ways that you can kind of let go, ways that we can let go of things and ways that we can set intentions and move forward. So that is the whole energy of this holiday. Is it's winter and we're celebrating that we've made it through the year. We're honoring Mother Earth for taking us through her seasons. And now she's going to take care of the roots of all the living things so that in the spring, she can bring forth new life. Okay, so essentially think of it like if you think of a human, this is, she's pregnant, right? So think of, Mother Nature, right? It's before the birth in spring, right? The rebirth in spring. Right now she's sleeping. She's taking care of the roots and the plants in the earth. And by taking care of them in spring when they're ready to be reborn again. So this is, we're celebrating this. We're celebrating the earth. We're honoring the gratitude. We're honoring the gifts that the earth has brought us and Mother Nature. And we are asking for protection. We're releasing the old because we've made it through autumn. Autumn is when everything dies and releases. Well, as an example, in the tarot card, the death card just means new beginning, because one cycle ends and it's to begin a new cycle. So autumn or fall is the ending. Everything dies and falls to the ground. And during winter, it becomes part of the earth. Everything on the ground turns into mulch, basically, becomes a part of the earth. The nutrients feed their roots, and they rest and they get ready to bring forth life in the spring. So this is all about celebrating and honoring and nurturing and preparing for new life in the spring. So setting intentions now. What do you want to set the intentions now that will be born in the spring? So giving time for your intentions to manifest, things like that. So we're going to be talking about a lot of that kind of stuff. So releasing what no longer serves you, setting intentions for what you want to bring in. Think about what seeds you want to plant. We're going to talk about little things you can do to honor the holidays. That's one of them. You can plant seeds or bulbs, things that will bloom in spring. And you can set intentions as you plant the seeds and bulbs. So we're going to talk about that too. We're going to talk about fire. So yesterday while I was at work, there was somebody who mentioned, that they celebrated Yule. And I go, oh, I do Yule. And she's like, oh, really? What are you going to burn? She's like, let's burn all the things. And I'm like, yeah. So fire releases things into the universe. So you know how you can go into a church and you can light candles for the souls that have passed. That's the tradition, right? So this light of Christ or of God can burns, and as long as the candle burns, it's setting your love and intentions to spirit or to the universe. Same thing. That's what the pagan cultures do. That's why the fires. When the old cartoons of dancing around the fire. Well, the fire is a celebration. It's a celebration of life, of protection, of burning things that you want to release, and also releasing into the universe the new intentions by also putting it into the fire. So we're going to talk about that also. And there's different ways that you can do that, because not everybody may be able to light a fire. So we can talk about different ways that you can set these intentions too. Moving from darkness into light. So again, the tarot, there's some cards that where you move from darkness into light. That's part of the cycle of life. So this is the time of year when the cycle of the earth, the wheel of the earth, the wheel of our relationship to the earth is we're in the darkness, but we're setting the intentions for when we move from darkness to light. So this is a time for us to reflect on our own shadows, our own shadow work, our own dark night of the soul, our own things that where, maybe do some self-reflection of, what should I let go of? What am I trying to hang on to and control that maybe I should probably just let go and let the universe take care of it, because I really don't have control. So it's a time to do some self-reflection as well. Cord cutting is one of the ways that you can do that as well. We're going to talk about that. Cutting cords. So in fact, I'm gonna kind of start with that. So with my notes up, I'm not seeing anybody's comments, so I'll have to go back and check that out. But anyway, what I'd like you guys to do, if you haven't already done this, and this may be too quick, you might need more time to reflect on this. But if you have some pen and paper and you want some time and you want to take some notes here, make a list of things that might be good to let go of. When you let go of things, letting go arises hope and new life. So think of it like purging your closet, right? I'm kind of it's really hard for me to get rid of things because I always think, oh, I'll lose that extra weight, or what if I gain weight? And so I have things that are too big and things that are too small, because what if I do this? What if I do that? I don't want to spend more money to buy new stuff. I just want to keep it in case I need it. For example, not a healthy mindset. I should be like, cool, did this. We'll just keep going. But anyway, it's, think of it like cleaning your closet, right? So what are things you can let go of? Because as soon as you let go of all the things that don't fit, whether it's too big or too small, all the things that don't fit in your life with you, who you want to be moving forward in this world, as soon as you release those, it creates a whole bunch of space so you can bring in more of what you do want, right? All the things you are going to manifest. So let's think about, what can we let go of to create the space in our energy, in our soul, in our being, in our evolution as a human, so that I can create space for more of the things I want to bring into my life moving forward. A lot of times we're hanging on to things from childhood. What happened when you were 8 years old? While it still may be devastating, you're now an adult. Maybe the way you react to that no longer serves who you are now. And maybe it won't move you forward into where you want to go. So that's an example. So be thinking, what things can you let go of in terms of relationships, maybe behavior patterns, thought patterns, fear-based patterns, resentments, any of those things. What are you clinging to? A lot of times we cling to things out of fear. Either like me with my closet, like I don't want to let go of my things that are too big or too small, because what if I go this way or that way and then I have to buy new clothes? So that's my fear, is, oh, then I'm going to have to come up with more clothing money when I don't need to. I had perfectly good clothes, if I went either direction. So that's my fear, is, oh, what if this happens and then I'll have to spend more money, right? So as an example, so what are you hanging on to, either from past relationships, from behaviors or thought patterns? Maybe you've been doing things that you keep getting a result that you're not happy with, and you don't know why. This always, whatever this is, this always happens to you. Well, there's a pattern there. So what is the lesson? Is it the way that you look at things or you think of things? Is it the people that you bring into your life? Is it your emotional reaction to things or behavior reaction to things? Like, what is it? There's something that keeps this. If it's like, if you're thinking of a particular thing and you're like, this always happens, or I can't get out of this cycle, well, then there's something that you need to self-reflect on that's keeping it there. So think about that. What can I let go of? What cord do I need to cut? Is it a behavior? Is it a person? Is it a mindset? Is it what is it? And that's something that maybe you want to release, because once you release that, once you acknowledge it and release it, then you open up all that energy to bring in the new things, the way you can move forward. So make a list of those things. If you have just a couple, or if you have one, or if you have a lot, it doesn't matter. You can make a list, put them each on a little piece of paper, and then we're going to talk about what to do with that paper. So what can you release and let go of? Once you release, you create the space to bring in new things. That is new hope, new life, new abundance, whatever it is you want to bring into your life. So that is the bless it and release it, because there's cutting cords of just like, boom, take it away. And then there's also blessing it honors your lesson in this. And that, I think, is the key for a lot of people, because we have to learn the lesson, or we're going to keep learning the lesson, right? So before we can release it, also think, what did I learn with this? What did I learn that I want to do differently moving forward? and thank you in gratitude for teaching me this lesson. It might have been something horrible that you wish you had never gone through. Believe me, I've been through plenty of that, right? However, here's what I learned. Here's what I learned about myself. Here's what I learned, what I would do differently and expect differently. Here's how I would react differently. Here's how I would choose different people. Here's how, whatever the lesson is, acknowledge what you've learned. Be in gratitude for learning that lesson, because then you can bless it. Thank you. Thank you for this lesson and my opportunity to grow, because now that I know the lesson, I don't need to relearn it and I can move forward. So thank you. I bless you and I release you. So consciously acknowledge each one of those things. Really think about what lessons did you learn? And that might be a journaling project for the next couple of days, because some of it might be simple. Others might be much more complex, where you might need to really sit with it and do some self-reflecting on that. But I find that just saying, I want this gone, isn't necessarily going to end it. Because if you haven't learned the lesson and you're here to learn that lesson, it's going to represent. So person A may go away, but then person B with the same thing shows up. So you have to learn the lesson, bless it, release it, and then manifest what you're going to fill that energy with and what new energy is going to fill that closet space. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So it honors the gratitude of the lesson. By learning the lesson, you can now rise above that lesson. Releasing it. So we're going to talk a little bit about cutting cords. In a way, that is cutting a cord. If you think about, because cords are just things that we're attached to. It's an energy that we're attached to. So really self-reflecting on, why is this attached to me? Why is it that I'm choosing to do this? Or why is it that it keeps being presented to me? Why is this attached to me? And really reflect on and be honest with yourself. What is my part in it? What am I learning about this? And pick it apart. So when you think of it like literally a cord coming from different parts of your body, pick it apart. Like a rope is made up of a whole bunch of tiny threads and parts, right? Or think of like a big rope, like you would see on a ship, right? There's a whole bunch of tiny, smaller threads in each one strand of that rope. You had to pick it apart. So pick it apart into all its tiny little details. Keep fraying it, defraying it, until you've really analyzed all the bits and parts of it. In gratitude, truly acknowledge your part in this, your lesson, what you've learned, what you're going to do differently. And then once you've picked it apart enough, it just falls away. And if you're having trouble with some, you can call in Archangel Michael, ask to cut that final cord, cut. I always say 3 times, cut. Please take it to the universe and do what you will. Now, I have baskets of goodies. We're going to talk about a lot of these things. One of the things I have in here, some people have, I can never pronounce this, themes, which are like a knife, basically, a ceremonial knife. I have a wand that a friend made me that I use for cord cutting. I use it when I heal people. I use it on myself. It's got my energy pretty well infused into it, so it works very well. That's what I use. You can also just, you can symbolically use your hand and just, cut and release that cord. I always say, whether you're clearing your room or you're clearing your own energy, you want to fill that space with white light. So as an example, when you're clearing your room, say you're clearing your room with some sage. Some people like sticks of sage. I personally like loose leaf sage, and I burn it in my shell here, my little abalone shell. I burn loose leaf sage. I like white sage. I have more of this stuff than I will probably ever use in my lifetime. I've been trying to figure out ways that I can sell it, but every time I think of ways that I can sell it, the shipping, it makes it just astronomical and it's ridiculous to me. So I always talk myself out of it. But if anybody's interested in, I have crystals, I have sage, I have herbs, I have different things that I have excess of that I can sell. I had for my healing business that I would sell at my healing business, but I don't have that anymore. So I still have it left over. But it's just the shipping is what's ridiculous to me. So we can talk about that. But once I sage, I sweetgrass. This is sweetgrass. And adds the white healing light after clearing it. So sage clears the energy, and then this fills it up with new positive energy. So this is my sweetgrass. I got this at a powwow I went to probably 12 years ago. And this stuff lasts forever. And it smells so good. I love this stuff. So, and then when I do my loose leaf sage, I have my eagle feather that I waft it with as well. So this, I believe I also got at the powwow. So we have a couple of them in our area. Anyway, you do want to get it from a good source though, because you want it properly energetically made. If you're going to be getting feathers and things like that, don't just get it like mass produced off Amazon unless you know the buyer and that they are, they specialize in that craft, for example. Because they use feathers that have naturally been discarded. They don't pluck them from the birds, for example. Very different energy. So I'm just throwing that out there. But those are ways that you can release some of those cords or those attachments to you. So I just wanted to talk about that a bit. But always fill in your space with the white light and good intentions. So once you release the cords, then immediately think about filling that space with white healing light. Archangel Raphael is our great angelic healer, is our archangel that does healing. So ask him to fill in your space with white light. But that's also a good time let's fill that space with intentions of what we want to fill that with. So instead of feeling anger or frustration or loss or fear, I'm going to manifest what I want to bring forth in my life, bringing joy and gratitude and hope and abundance, for example. So filling the good things from the things that you just released. So you always want to fill that energy space. So you don't want something else to fill it for you. You want to be in control of what you're filling that space with. So bless it, release it, and then intention and healing that follows it. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. So this is a perfect time to craft spells and intentions for prosperity and growth. That is the essence of this holiday. Bless, release, prosperity, protection, growth. That is everything surrounds those concepts. And we'll talk about some activities too. Okay, so speaking of going back to the fires, you can burn things that you're ready to let go of. Some people put oils on if you write down, this is what I'm releasing, this is what I'm letting go of. Some people put oils on them before they burn them. You don't have to. Some people do. Some people just burn them. Where I live, I cannot have an open fire outside. I can't have a fire pit or anything like that. But what I can do is put them in here. I don't want to do too many because smoke detectors are a thing in my house, so I'm not even probably going to light it here. When I've healed people in my house, I have to be really careful because I sage the bejeebers out of everything, and it doesn't take much to set off the smoke alarms. But if you can roll up little pieces of paper, put them in here. You can even write on a sage leaf, would be good, or another herb leaf. I use a variety of herbs when I do my healings, and I'm going to talk about those as well, depending on what the person is wanting to be healed with what energy I'm trying to infuse into the healing will determine what herbs and things that I put into my shell and I burn. But you could even write, the word fear or loss or whatever it is you're releasing and letting go of. Write it on a sage leaf or write it on an herb or a flower petal or something that you then you can burn it on here and just release that as you would normally, especially because it's sage and sage is going to cleanse it. So by burning the things you're letting go of, you're releasing that energy. It's going into the universe. You're asking spirit to take it away from you, heal you from this. Be in gratitude. Thank you for the lesson that I learned. Thank you because I learned A, B, or C. Always be in gratitude. That is key. And thank you for taking this away from you and also bringing in, and this is when you set the new intentions, and you can do the same thing. This is what I'm manifesting. This is what I'm bringing more in. And again, you can write it on paper and burn it, or you can write words that symbolize it. And the key is spells are just when you write it down. Writing your intentions is literally writing a spell. That's all it is. People get wigged out when you use the word spell. It's just literally writing your intentions down. That's all you're doing. So you can make it wordy or you can make it simple with one word representing everything. The key is when you're really thinking about what you want to do, you want to maybe journal is always a good idea, but you want to write it down. And as you write, you're bringing the emotion. I want you to feel the emotion involved with this. So as you release things, you're going to feel the gratitude of the lesson of why it's releasing. And then as you set intentions, you're going to feel the intentions as if they've already happened. And what you're manifesting. What is it going to feel like when this happens? And you're going to imagine that this has already come true. This has already happened. And you're going to be in gratitude of thank you for this that has happened. Thank you for a wonderful relationship with my children. Thank you for a working car. Thank you for whatever it is you're bringing. You are setting the intention to create. Emotionally, as you're writing it, feel it from your depths that this has already happened. And you're going to, again, be in gratitude. Thank you for this. Okay? It's gratitude when the universe is sending energy to you. It's because you are, your energy is saying, I deserve this. And it's going, oh, okay. It doesn't have any emotional attachment to it. It's going, this person deserves this. Okay, here you go. But if your energy says, I don't deserve this, because you're still hung up on something that happened when you were 6 years old and you're mad and angry or whatever, right? Then it's going to go, yeah, she's not ready for this yet. And it's not going to get it to you. If your energy says, I deserve this, and I am in gratitude, and I have learned these lessons, and I am moving forward, the universe is going to go, cool, this is great. We'll just give her more of that. Just give her more of that ice cream. We're cool. So that's how that works. But feeling the emotion is part of the manifestation. So burn that as well, as I am almost as like this is an offering. I'm offering this intention in gratitude and sending it to the universe. Thy will be done. Right? That's which is what amen means also. Means so you'll hear like pagans will say it, so be it, so it is. That's literally what amen or amen means in religious circles. So anyway, different words for the same meaning. Okay. You can also they have little mini cauldrons that you can burn things in also. I just use it in my abalone shell that I burn my other herbs and sage and things in. But you can get little mini cauldrons as well. You can get larger cauldrons. You can boil things if you want to as well in your cauldron. or pot. That's all a cauldron is a pot. You can boil them. This is what wassail is. So wassailing is also called caroling. But originally why there's Christmas carols is because pagans would wassail or chant and have incantations, but they would sing and they would bless and release, and they would do this as a celebration because they're in gratitude, right? So they're singing and they're chanting. Well, basically that's what Christmas carols are. You're singing and you're chanting, right? Or if you're singing in church, you're singing and you're chanting. It's the same thing. But there's also wassail, which is like a brewed or mulled cider. Okay. Again, this was made in a pot, in a cauldron. So there's this, and that's what mulled cider is. And this also dovetails on the Yule log as well. But you make a brewed or mulled cider from apples and cinnamon and oranges and cloves and lemon, ginger, nutmeg, brandy or wine also. I think brandy is traditional, but probably with the pagan traditions, it was probably more wine. And that also was poured over the Yule log when you went to burn it as well. So you would make the Yule log with greenery, and we're going to talk about that too, and things like that to honor bringing the outside in, being one with nature, being one with the earth. And then you would honor it on solstice or on Yule. Actually was often celebrated on December 25th, the birth of the sun. Again, was appropriated because in real time, I believe Jesus was actually born in like August, I believe. But through the appropriation was recreated. The birth of the sun became the birth of the sun on December 25th. And the Yule log, when they went to burn it, they would often pour wine over it also as an offering to Thor, the gods, as well. So popular herbs that are used, and again, they're used, these are herbs that are great for prosperity, abundance, and protection. The theme of the holiday. Cinnamon, cloves, cedar, fir, oranges, juniper, cypress, nutmeg, ginger, apples, lemons, rowan berries, frankincense, and myrrh. Ha! So this is where my basket of fun comes in. Again, I use a lot of these when I do healings. You can also get them in preset incense sticks as well. So I have them here. So I have a cinnamon incense stick. You can buy these at any of your little specialty witchy shops, if you have any little spiritual shops near you. I have a couple of resources that are not too far from me. Cinnamon and orange. Cinnamon and orange. In fact, you see on the artwork here, cinnamon and oranges. Oranges were slices of oranges we're honoring because they look like the sun. So citrus is another thing that is good for cleansing and protection and prosperity. But slices of orange is very popular, and lemon and apple. But cinnamon, orange, cinnamon or sticks, incense sticks. And hey, look at that. Frankincense and myrrh. Good for protection and strength, and also astral travel. So, and abundance. So, yes. So you can get these oops, they're falling out. Incense sticks. And I also have the actual herbs. There's a store near me that sells all the actual herbs. You walk in there and they have jars and jars and jars of different things. So I'll show you some of the ones that I have used and that are good for this particular holiday. Again, if you have a little abalone shell, they're great. This is where I burn everything, is in my little abalone shell. So you can get, and I've even, because I forget, so on each of the little bags, I've written all the things that they could help with. So when I have somebody that comes in and goes, I really want to address A, B, or C, then I'm like, oh yeah, this one, that one. So they're good. But we have dried orange peel. So I just take those and drop it in. In fact, I'm going to make a little brew pot here. While we're doing this, we're gonna have some crafty time. So you just take a little bit and add it into your shell like that. Just sprinkle some in. That's all you need to do. This smells really good, by the way. Okay, and there's more in there, and there's more in there. Okay, and I have lemon peel also. Great. So again, good for prosperity and abundance. And protection. So I'm going to add in some lemon peel. See, just little bits. They're hard. They're dried. So those are great. They're great for burning. This is oregano. So I know you can buy it in the store. I get it from my shop that sells all the different herbs and stuff, but good for harmony, love, peace, and protection. So I like to add just a little pinch of dried in there. I do not commingle my energy herbs with my cooking herbs. I just don't. They're separate. Cinnamon chips. So you get little chips of cinnamon bark. And you put a few of those in. So all you're doing is you're just grabbing a pinch of a few different things and rosemary, and you can grow your own herbs. So that goes back to what can you do? One of the activities you can do is you can plant seeds. It's not uncommon, let's put it that way, to plant herb seeds and grow your own oregano or rosemary or parsley, things like that you can use both for cooking and for energy work. So rosemary here, just going to grab a little pinchy full here. Good for cleansing and let's see, what does it say here? Cleansing eradicates negativity. And it's good to clear a space before you do any kind of work, actually. So similar to sage in that respect. I have mugwort also. This is just one that I have. It's not mentioned as a general herb, but one that I use because it's good for protection. It is harmful to people who are pregnant, though, so you don't want to use it around anybody who's pregnant. Not a concern in my house. So that would be immaculate conception. Cedar chips. These are good for purification and healing. They also help, quote unquote, unhex. So protection and cleansing, basically. Cedar chips, just take a few, sprinkle them on. So you see what I'm doing? You just keep repeating the process with all the different herbs that you want. Now this is chipped up sage. I have larger leaves of dried sage, white sage already. These, I'll just take a few of these just because, but I have my large leaves of sage that are already dried. And then this is not one that I mentioned earlier, but this is one that was sold in the store that I go to. It's called Heal All. Literally, it wards off negative energy, essentially, and good for literally healing everything. So any kind of healing energy, it comes like this, and I just drop one in and burn it until it's gone. They last quite a while. I've had this for several years, actually. So I got my little, all my stuff in here. I've dropped my little bits, and then you take and I'm not going to get the smoke going too much because I don't want my smoke alarm to go off. And you literally just you set your intentions of what you're releasing. Now, this is when you can put in your paper that you might want to burn or write on cinnamon sticks or sage or whatever it is you're going to do. what you're releasing and what you're bringing forth and what you're grateful for. And you can take your eagle feather and release it into the universe, just like sage. Cover yourself. Set your intentions. And I'm just going to let this kind of burn out because you get the idea. But that is a great way to bless and release what you're letting go of, what you want to bring more into. Okay. And then incorporating greenery into your home. I might need to put some of that out. I feel a smoke alarm coming off here soon. Greenery into your home. So Yule log, big one. So when you incorporate greenery, or you're bringing the outdoors in, you're bringing nature to the inside, you're welcoming in the natured spirits. So all the little fae and nature spirits, they're going to see your home as a safe haven, and they may take residence in your home during the winter. So that was kind of the idea of that, is honoring the earth, honoring the seasons. Evergreens were considered life because they were basically the only thing living in the winter. And also it would signify energetically that your home was a safe haven for all the forest energies. So this was good. Wreaths on the front doors are a sign to the nature spirits that they are welcome. Bringing a tree inside, your Christmas tree, bringing it inside, signifies eternal life in the home. And actually Queen Victoria and Prince Albert started that tradition. So that is not one that goes back to pagans and stuff, but that is still bringing greenery inside. One of the ways that Christianity and pagan religions kind of commingled in that. Holly. So here's the thing with Yule. So the Holly King reigns from summer solstice to winter solstice, and then has a war with the Oak King, who wins out at winter solstice, and Oak King rules from winter solstice to summer solstice. So you have holly and oak. Holly, the berries represent fertility, the seeds from which the world will sprout in the spring. This is why you kiss under the mistletoe, because it's a symbol of bringing forth fertility. Ooh, you kissed, things could happen. It brings forth fertility. Think about when this started, so many years ago. And then the Yule log, again, decorated with evergreens and candles, red candles. This is why I'm wearing red. So we have, what did I do? Oh, it's in my basket. Hold on. More basket of toys. Oh, it might be in my other basket. I created a couple of baskets. Oh, it's over there. So burning red candles are good for setting your intention for the year. So red is the color of the day. So again, the red berries, the red candles. You want to burn. So the idea was to burn the Yule log throughout the Yule feast or Christmas dinner. So you had your Yule feast celebrating the community or friends or family and the abundance, often with root vegetables, because that's what's available. So think about stews or soups. Those are good Yule festive dinners to have. The Yule log was decorated with ivy and ribbons and evergreens. And then when you finally went to light it, often wine or some such alcohol was poured over it as an offering to the gods, and then that would burn throughout your feast. And then the ashes were kept and spread around your home for protection, and often not burnt to completion, because little bits and pieces would be gathered from it, and you would keep them and carry them with you for protection. You'd wear them often, little bits of the wood or the ribbon or whatever was left that didn't get burnt to an ash would be kept as as considered protection that you would wear with you or keep in your home. And the current log was often lit with a piece of the last year's log to close the cycle of the year as well. Yule is also a time to look to the children. So children were always honored. Again, children are our life. They're how we move forward. So this is where Santa comes in. Old Saint Nick, all that kind of stuff. Many, because a lot of this is Norse or Germanic traditions. But Yule is a time where children were honored, and Old Man Winter would bring presents to the children. Presents were also offered in honor of the gods. So they would honor the gods with gifts. They would celebrate their community and their family with gifts. They would celebrate the children with gifts, and stockings were hung in hopes to receive blessings or gifts. So they were just little individual blessings, not an abundance of nonsense like we have nowadays. If you see a robin, a bird, a little red-breasted robin, those are a sign of good luck, and because they are still present in winter, and you are supposed to make a wish. The robin will carry your wish to the heavens, and as it sings its song, it sings your intentions to the heavens as well. Gems and crystals for Yule season. Garnet, obsidian, snowflake obsidian. Snowflake obsidian not only has the protection, but because of the little bits of white that are in it, it also adds some light to the obsidian as well. So protection and light, again, part of the season. Ruby, quartz, moonstone, sunstone. Those are all gems that are great to use if you're setting up an altar or decorations. Those are great crystals to have for your intention setting and just part of the energy of the holiday and the season. There is such a thing called a tree spread, a tarot tree spread. It's a 7-card spread. It kind of reads in such that the first one would be like the base of the tree, and then you go 3 and then 2 and then 1. But it just kind of follows along and tells a story of the cards that you pull. They aren't really in like a Celtic spread that has a past, present, internal, external, all of that. So they're interesting. I still prefer a Celtic spread myself, but you can do it. Divination is part of the Yule holiday as well, very often. So some ways to celebrate the holiday: getting out in nature, blessing, releasing, and being in gratitude. So a lot of people will take that opportunity to connect with trees, to really try to ground your energy and be in gratitude of the earth for all that it's given you through this wheel cycle of the year. And again, gratitude for the lessons, gratitude for the intentions that you're setting to bring forth. So getting out and really connecting with nature and being grounded in that. Take a mindful walk, doing the same thing, acknowledging the earth. The roots are preparing for new life right now. The earth is preparing, it's giving nutrients. As the leaves have fallen and are turning to mulch into the earth, those bring nutrients that feed the roots. The roots are preparing to bring forth new life in the spring. It's all part of that cycle. So reflecting on the cycles of the earth and also the cycles of your life and how they're connected. So right now we're letting go, right? Just like the earth let go of the leaves, we're planting our roots by setting new intentions, and we're going to give time for our roots to grow and bloom in the spring. So that's it. Remember, keep in mind how your life intertwines with nature. And when you're setting your intentions, creating altars with greenery, crystals, candles, again, red candles this time of year, green candles, white candles, those are red, green, white. And again, That's why you have red and green for Christmas on everything. Also appropriated from a lot of the pagan traditions with the red and the green and the white. Writing down your petitions, whether it's your releasing or whether it's your intentions, writing them down, feeling the emotion, burning what you are releasing, burning what you are intending, releasing it to spirit to do as they will. You can, like I said earlier, you can use oil on them. Sometimes that helps burn them, actually. Planting seeds or a bulb, we talked about that. A lot of people plant herbs or bulbs that bloom in the spring. That when the plant grows and blooms, when that bulb blooms, you're planting it and setting your intention as you plant those seeds. So as the plant grows, your intentions and your manifestations are also growing. So candles symbolize and recreate the energy of the sun. That's why candles were used so much. Also, there wasn't electricity. You needed candles. But again, red was a common one that's used this time of year. But again, the energy of the sun, because you're honoring the birth of the sun this time of year. It's going to start getting brighter. We're going to start to see more sunlight. Set your intentions into the flame of the candle as it burns. As the candle burns, the energy releases into the universe, manifesting your intentions as well. Let's see. So what will you create, and the light that you will bringing back light into your life as you release darkness, right? Bless and release, releasing darkness, bringing forth light. It's the same, like I said at the beginning, like that is the theme of the entire holiday. You can dry oranges. So you slice up oranges into thin slices. You probably have seen them on decorations before, but if you've never done it, the way that you do it is you put it on a really, really low oven setting, the lowest oven setting you can go, put it on parchment paper, and you put it in there, and like every 30 minutes, just flip it and keep doing that until you have a dried orange. They will tend to burn really easy, so keep an eye on it. A lot of people also sprinkle cinnamon over the oranges as well. Again, abundance, protection, honoring the birth of the sun, out with the old, in with the new, releasing the darkness, bringing in the light. Rinse and repeat. Focusing on, you can also attach oranges to the greenery on your altar, on your Yule log. You can attach it in greenery in your home, on your Christmas tree. You can hang it. Once it's dried, they don't tend to attract bugs. So that's good news as well. So you don't have to worry about that. A lot of people will set cloves inside the orange bits too. Cloves are also good, similar to cinnamon. Other people will also attach crystals and things like that too. So it's up to you, whatever moves you. There is no right or wrong. And that's the beauty of it, is you can do what you're moved to do. Stepping into the season with joy and gratitude. Getting rid of the darkness, bringing in the light. Be joyful about that. Be in gratitude about that. Honor your lessons. And thank you so much for the goodness that is coming my way. This is an opportunity to embrace the return of the light and reflecting on areas of darkness. Prepare a seasonal feast. We talked about that. Journaling. We talked about that. So with current situation, we just came through a 9-year numerologically. A 9 is a completion. So you think of 9 in tarot, it's actually the completion of things. So things have come full circle, so to speak, and it is a completion. Next year, we're starting into a 1 year. So a lot of opportunities for new cycles, new beginnings, new intentions. So keep that in mind as you're looking for what light are you going to bring forth. So this time of year, Saturn, Saturn considers where we've been and where we're going to. It is in Capricorn, which is grounding and energy. Venus is in Sagittarius. It's squaring Saturn and Neptune, which often creates confusion and exhaustion. Anything that is confusing or exhausting might be time to let it go. Again, reflecting on what no longer serves me, let it go. Mercury is in Sagittarius, which are nodes of faith. This offers opportunity to adjust our thinking. Again, what can we release? How can we reset to what we're going to bring forth that is new? Trusting the universe to bring forth, to guide your feet, to guide your mind, to bring intentions your way, to bring the light you want to bring into your world, trusting the universe to do that, but also acknowledging your part into it. Let's see here. This is a season of closure, gracefully letting go of the things that are no longer needed to serve your highest and greatest good. Whew. Did you catch the common themes in all of that? So there you go. You guys still with me at all? So yeah, Maureen, I see that you can't burn anything in your apartment complex. I can't burn anything these are very sensitive smoke detectors, but I can do a little bit of this, and I can do it by a window and waft it out and maybe have even a little fan or whatnot, enough to sage myself and sage my room and be done with it. But that's how I burn things where I am as well. And you can, yes, simmer on the stove instead of burning. And that's where the cauldron comes in, otherwise, AKA a pot. Yes, you can simmer them on the stove. Absolutely. That is a great way to do that. And you can do that in lieu of burning. I'm going to scroll back and catch up on probably the many questions that have been had. Hold on here. Let me just scroll down here. Terry, you, me, pagan, Wiccan, solitary, eclectic. Yep. Yule, yes. And Ostara, yeah, that Easter, same thing. Appropriated all of the pagan traditions. Yes. I love it when they find out that the maypole is actually a phallic symbol and that you're having your children dance around a phallic symbol. Christians love that one. Yeah, Sheila did a breakdown of what is celebrated Christmas is actually pagan. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, she is also celebrates Yule and all of that. So yes. Carol Baker, hello. You moved 75 miles away from where you were living into a smaller house this year. Great. Had to let go of people and physical stuff. That is very cleansing. I've had to do that on a few occasions. Pluses and minuses. You get really good at just having a mindset of it's just stuff and stuff is replaceable. That being said, I have a challenge because I like my stuff that I have. I don't want to get rid of my stuff, but I've had to move a few times where I have had to part with things. And the way that I got through it was literally just having the mindset of it's just stuff. Things that matter are me and my kids. It's just stuff. So been there, done that. Not fun, but also is a bit of a new rebirth, right? So I hope you're doing very well. I remove worry and doubt. James Perez, very good. Good for you. Yeah, it's that is huge. That is huge. That learning to acknowledge what you can control and what you cannot, and that things are just going to happen, and you hope they're for the highest and greatest good, right? Well, they are. So excuse me while I have a drink of coffee out of I have to drink this backwards so you can see the cute little sheep on my Ireland mug. Butterflies are free. Hello. Thank you so much for your gifts. You sent me gifts. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, good. Settling in. It is a process. Maureen, letting go of the hurt and resentment I still feel for my mother constantly choosing my oldest brother over the rest of her children. Yes. This is those kinds of things specifically are what I'm talking about. I've done a lot of internal work around that kind of stuff, not that specific instance or situation, but I think we all have people that we may have resentment towards, or frustration or anger towards, things like that. I've reached a point where it's to be in gratitude for that. It's they have their life path, I have my life path, and if that wasn't released, if I didn't release that, I wouldn't be on this path. I would still be stuck to that. And this is much more appealing for me. Not that it's easy, not that there aren't challenges, but I acknowledge these are things that I've learned, so I don't have to repeat that pattern again. I get to move forward. And now that that's been released and I've let that go, because being resentful about it literally does nothing for me but keep the dark energy in me. I don't want the dark energy in me. I want to release it and let it go so that I can clean my closet and I can bring forth new things into my life. And that is how you do it. And so by letting that go, I actually get to bring more peace and light into my life because energetically speaking, it's not taking up space. So I don't know if that helps or not. I know before I was ready to let it go, I was like, yeah, well, I'm still mad about it. And, there are still moments that flash up. And then when they do, I have to consciously reset and go, but look what I learned. And now I'm this person, and I'm a much better person. I'm much stronger, and I am, and I have a freedom, and I'm free to love, and I'm free to practice and believe what what brings me peace and wholeness and life and love. And, I wouldn't be where I'm at now if I was still stuck to the old way of thinking, or the old people, or the old systems, or any of that. So that's how I made peace with it, was I'm releasing all of that darkness so that I can bring forth the new light and the new life of what I want. So I don't know if that helps you or not, but that's what how I was able to do it. How do we discover what the lesson is if you haven't said already? That is an internal reflection. What have you learned? And that's honestly, you have to figure that out, because that's the whole point, is that you are supposed to discover the lessons. So, for example, if it's somebody, you feel somebody treated you badly, for example, that goes into, why was this person in my life? What decisions were made that happened? Or was this person just presented into my life? What did I learn? What did I observe? What did I notice? What mindsets were created during that time? How have I grown since then? Have I since released that? If not, what can I do to release it and not have that near me? What boundaries can I set? There are a whole host of lessons that go with that. That is internal reflection, conversations with your guides. But really, honestly, journaling is helpful with really going through everything that you may have learned from this quote unquote negative experience that you've had, or person, or decade, or life, or whatever, even being born into abuse, for example. I've had several friends that they would ask me that, like, I didn't choose that. I was born into this abuse. Well, your soul did, even though that's not what we want to hear. That was a life path that was chosen. maybe so that you can overcome that and help others and create lessons for others. Maybe you're going to be an author. Maybe you're going to have a YouTube channel. Maybe you're going to have a healing practice. I don't know. That is for you to learn. What did you learn from that experience? Who are you now because of that experience? And those are things you need to ask yourself and really do deep dive reflection on. Once you acknowledge your growth and who you are now as a result of that, then you can be in gratitude of, now I am this person and I am grateful I am this person because I'm not that person anymore. I am in gratitude that I am this person. Thank you for giving me the light to be this person. And that's how I learned the lessons to be this person. Now I can release that. As a result, I'm bringing in more peace in my life. I'm bringing in more abundance in my life. Be specific, though. Try to be as specific as you can, not just general. More abundance could be, here's an extra coffee bean in your bag of coffee. That's more abundant, right? Be specific. When, you might want to be like, hey, I need to make this much money so I can pay my bills. Or abundance might be, I want my plants to bloom and grow. And so things are presented to you of what you can do in your yard to make sure that happens. You'll find things will just be presented to you so that you can learn how to have that happen. That's all part of it. All the little things help things manifest. But yeah, how do you find out what the lesson is? You're the one that has to figure that out. And there is no shortcut to that other than self-reflection, acknowledging who you are now as a result of that. And if you still have growth to do from it, great. That's a good intention to set forth moving forward, because you're releasing what was. You're in gratitude for acknowledging who you are now, and you're now bringing forth what you're moving into. Because you've released the darkness, bring forth the light. Just remember to pick apart the threads of the rope that's tied to you. Pick apart all the little details. Once you pick it apart, it kind of falls away. Ask Archangel Michael to do the final sweep, and Archangel Raphael to heal you, and sage, and use your herbs, and your sweetgrass, and all those things, the cinnamon and the oranges and the apples, for the abundance for this time of year, to help set those intentions. Edward, hi, lovely light beings. Just finished making and eating supper. Well, good. I hope it was a good one for you. Sweetgrass. Oh yeah, I love sweetgrass. It smells so good. It does not stay lit, so you have to kind of constantly keep a flame on it, because it's not like sage where once it catches, it'll just go. So you just kind of, and then you waft it around. It'll smoke for a bit. It smells so good. It'll smoke for a bit, but it's not going to smoke that long, and it burns out. So if you're trying to like sage a whole room or something, just carry a lighter around with you, because you're going to need it. It burns itself out pretty much. So, text already gone here. Okay. So, but yeah, sweetgrass is lovely. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Edward and Angel. Okay, you guys are having your conversation. Still reading comments, trying to catch up with everybody. Gracious greetings. Is it Kikila or Kikila? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but hello, welcome. Can you burn what you are cutting and what you want to fill that space with? Yes, 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 yes. So when you're burning it, you're releasing it to the universe. So you're not only burning what you're releasing, blessing and releasing, but you're also burning your intentions, and you can set your intentions into candles too. like I was saying as well. And you're burning that. So as they burn, you can set your intentions into things you plant in the ground. If you're planting seeds or bulbs, any of that. So you can burn things, you can do any of that. Setting intentions also releases that into the universe. So both, absolutely. Yes, we have to decide that space is more valuable than too much stuff. Carol Baker, yeah, yep, absolutely. And how you want to feel. So I remember when how can I put this? I first had this house to myself, let's put it that way. I wanted to reclaim the energy in the house and in my bedroom and in rooms. And so how it was decorated or what space was in there was critical. So like in my bedroom, for example, I love the ocean. I love the beach. And so I have, I like the color blue and I love butterflies. My mom gave me like this big, huge blue. It's actually a real butterfly. Somebody just framed it. It's from, I don't know what it's from. It's from some South America or something. It's a gorgeous shiny blue butterfly. Anyway, it freaked her out. She's like, I don't want a framed bug. And I'm like, oh, I love butterflies. I'll take it. Anyway, so the blue butterfly is there because I love butterflies. I love blue. And I got an ocean clock and I got pictures of, it was actually done by a local artist that captured pictures of our local oceans that were framed and beautiful. And I put some other things up that I turned it into my oasis, my little space. Now it belongs to my cat, but that's beside the point. But but anyway, yeah. So claiming your space. When it's too cluttered, then this office is not a good example, by the way. When it's too cluttered, then there is no single energy. It's just a massive energy, right? So absolutely decide what energy you want in your space and set it. Hi, BK Star. Did my grandbaby come home? Yes, day before yesterday. He arrived home. I'm not getting much communication because they're trying to, settle in and figure things out. But I'll be going over there for Christmas. So that'll be fun. And then I am on grandma duty the Saturday after Christmas and the Saturday after New Year's. She requested my assistance to come help. So who am I to say no to holding a baby all day? I mean, come on. So yes, wonderful. Okay, I think I reached the end of the comments. So did you guys does anybody have any questions? Did you learn anything? Did you find it valuable? Did you like the the little herb burn or the, kind of the history and the concepts and all of that? I'm going to still do a card draw as well. So, but just wanted to check in and see if anybody had any questions or what you liked or what you learned, if anything. So hopefully you did. Okay, I'm going to take a sip of coffee and I'm going to do a tarot card pull for our Yule. I do love coffee. I also got 4 hours of sleep last night. Don't know why I get sick. No idea. How can you clean? What do you mean? You mean for Yule or in general? I don't understand the question. Oh, big finger, small keyboard. Oh, I resemble that. Skyfire, love the herb burn. Yeah, all the herbs are good. Those are good. So again, the theme of the holiday is blessing and releasing and protection and abundance. That's the theme of the holiday. So blessing and releasing what no longer serves you, setting intentions for what light you're going to bring into your life now that you've released darkness, and protection to carry you through the winter, and protecting you as you learn and grow and move towards what you're intending and what you're manifesting. Again, feeling the emotions of what you're manifesting, Also, acknowledging in gratitude what you've learned from what you're releasing, and then just honoring the earth and the cycle of life, the cycle of earth, and your relationship to it, and being in gratitude. Go take a walk in nature, and say thank you to the trees and to the plants. One of the best crystals for protection against negativity and for empaths. Obsidian, onyx, garnet, citrine, tiger's eye, all those are good. Keep in mind that you want to cleanse them on the regular. So, okay, pardon me if you see, I was putting together my basket for the video last night. It's part of why I was up till 2 a.m. I was doing all my notes and putting together my baskets and things. So I have several baskets behind me, so pardon the mess because I was putting together different things. Anyway, hold on. I have another basket. This is, if you saw my, over the summer, I went to the beach and I cleansed my crystals in the ocean. This is one of the baskets. I got it from Dollar Tree, and I just put my crystals in here and I swirl it through the ocean. This one is for my big crystals that aren't going to fall out of the holes. But anyway, that's the story behind this basket. So when I'm doing healings and things, so I'll place crystals on people as I'm doing Reiki healings and things like that. Once I'm done with them, I cleanse them, so I'm not reusing that same energy on another client. I do bags of kosher salt. Like, it doesn't have to be fancy. Some people are like, oh, it has to be in the full moon and moon water. And yeah, that's great, but kosher salt works. So not everything can be in water. So that's why I just have a generic salt bag, and I'll put whatever, like kyanite, for example, do not put in water. Selenite, do not put in water. But they can go in a bag of kosher salt. So I was going to show you guys that too. This is my little red candle, okay, for Yule. This is a selenite candle holder that I have a cinnamon candle inside also. I'm answering your question, Maureen. I'm just getting there. I'm digging it out of my basket. That's where I'm going. Here we go. Obsidian. This is a big old chunk of obsidian. This was gifted to me natural from the land by a friend who acquired it. Let's put it that way. This is snowflake obsidian. So you have the white bits in it. Usually you see snowflake obsidian. A lot of times it's polished and you'll see smaller rocks of it. This is just a large chunk of it. But you have light amongst the darkness on snowflake obsidian, which is nice. Clear quartz crystal. This is some quartz crystal, clear quartz. This is your great generic protection crystal that self-cleanses. You do not need to cleanse these. You do need to cleanse obsidian. This will hang on to negative energy like no tomorrow. So what I always recommend is get to know the feel of your crystal. And by holding it, you'll start to notice that it'll feel heavier. When it feels heavier, it's full. You need to cleanse it. And sometimes I'll just put it out and let the rain, let it sit outside in the rain and let the rain just cleanse it too. Sometimes I'll do that, and that works magic and wonders. You can put it in a bag or bowl of salt. You can put it in salt water. You can put it, all kinds of things. This is rutilated crystal. You see the rutilated minerals in there? Also good for cleansing on that. So those are some. And then I've got a lot. I have more crystals than anybody should ever have, to be perfectly honest. I've got, here's little bundles of sage. Tons of these too, if anybody wants to buy one. And this is smoky quartz crystal ball that I have. Smoky quartz is nice. I would cleanse a smoky quartz though, but this is a smoky quartz. This is a clear quartz egg. good for Ostara. But this is a clear quartz. Let's see, for impasse. Yeah, this is a smaller smoky quartz here. This is a smaller rutilated crystal. I don't know if you can see the little minerals inside, little striations inside. These are raw pieces. So what else is good for impasse? Citrine. Citrine is good. I have lots of citrine. And try to make sure it's natural citrine. A lot of citrine is radiated treated amethyst that they've just burned and it's turned orange. So be aware of that. Try to get naturally occurring citrine, not radiated citrine. Tiger's eye is good for protection and abundance. Here's a tiger's eye. I have several tiger's eye pieces. They come in different colors. These are two different. One's more yellow and one's more red. Impasse. Rhodochrosite, also good for protection and good for lower chakras. And also good for lung issues too, oddly. Those are, I would say, onyx. Onyx is good. So obsidian is basically a volcanic glass, so you can see through it. Onyx is going to be solid. You don't see through it. And then here's a smaller snowflake obsidian. You can see little white bits into it. So those are all good for protection. Then grounding is another thing. Moss agate's really good for grounding, by the way. That's a really nice one. But those are all good for protection for if you're an empath and trying to protect yourself. Just keep in mind that, again, you'll want to cleanse your crystals on the regular. Try to be familiar with the crystals that you have and learn what they feel like and try to get in tune with them. If they start to feel heavy or start to feel full, they definitely need to be cleansed. Some people just cleanse them every day. They'll toss them into a bag at night, and by morning you're good. Other people, like to be more ritualistic than I tend to be. Being that I used it in Reiki, I went through so many crystals and had so many clients all the time. I didn't have time to do rituals on everything. So that's where I just came up with all I really need is kosher salt. Don't use table salt. Use kosher salt, sea salt, or Himalayan salt. I use kosher salt because it's cheaper and easier, honestly. So what did I do with my basket? There's my basket. So hope that answers your question. Did that answer your question sufficiently? I'm like the crazy old witch lady with my baskets and my crystals and my candles. Okay. Cat Mom, Insomnia strikes again. Hi. Yes, Old Windwalker. There are many ways to cleanse crystals, including sage smoke and sound. Yes, absolutely. I have never been able to figure out the singing bowls. Every time I try to do that, I cannot seem to do it. God bless the people who can. But that's a way that you can cleanse as well. Sage and all of the healing herbs are other ways that you can cleanse. I would do that too. Also energetically, I infuse them with energy, with Reiki healing energy as well. So there's cleansing and then there's charging. Those are two different things. That's why sweetgrass after sage, you cleanse it and then you charge it, right? So it's the same concept. But yes, there are many ways to cleanse your crystals. For me, the one I've just settled on most of the time for efficiency when I had a lot of clients that I was, seeing several a day, that kind of thing. The salt was the quickest and easiest. I think I have ashes and things on my face. Sorry. Maureen, I have rose quartz, selenite, amethyst, black tourmaline. I have them in my purse, and green aventurine. Those are all great for your heart energy and connecting to spirit. They're not I'd probably add a few that I suggested for the protection aspect of it, though. Those are going to charge up your heart chakra and your third eye and your crown chakra. But if you're wanting protection, I would get some of those others, perhaps citrine, onyx, obsidian, tiger's eye, snowflake obsidian, clear quartz crystal. You said you have that, I think, and smoky quartz would be good too. Also, having them in your purse doesn't really do anything. Body heat is what will activate it also, and being on your body. I like to infuse the brocket and put them in there, because then it's in body heat and it's on you and it's in your general area. I also literally put them in my pocket, because my pockets get warm. Heat will kind of activate them. And it's close to my body there too. So if I have a pocket, because, we wouldn't want women to actually have pockets in their clothing. So if I have a pocket, that's what I'll do. Like if I wear jeans or something like that. But just keeping it in a purse doesn't necessarily do much for you. So just throwing that out there too. Onyx does come in different colors. You are correct. Black onyx is just really more for protection. So if you're trying to protect yourself because you are empathic and picking up other people's energy, that's there's a little bit of a complex answer to that. One, you can have the protection around you if you're setting the intention of this is to protect your energy. Two, being empathic, depending on how sensitive you are, because I can be really sensitive if I open that up. And I think some of you have seen me sometimes when I'll do a reading. If I really tap into somebody, I may feel you and I can feel the emotion. If I feel your emotion, I'm literally feeling it in me too. Not always a good thing. Like I'll start to cry during healings and stuff because I'm feeling your emotion. It's not, and I'm feeling what you're feeling. And so, I'm okay with it, but it tends to freak other people out. So a lot of times before I go into a healing, I'll be like, if I laugh or cry or whatever, don't worry about me. Just, I'm okay, but I also want you to feel free to do what you need to do to release that energy. So in regards to empathy, really learning what is yours and what is other people's. So there was a period of time when I was getting really, really, really sensitive to the point where I couldn't walk through Costco. I couldn't go into a bank because I could feel everybody. And I hadn't developed the skill yet of tuning that out. So if you're highly, highly empathic, you're going to need to develop a skill set. Sometimes crystals aren't going to be enough for you. I'm just going to be honest. Depends on how sensitive you are. Learning really to question, is this truly me or is this somebody that I'm picking up on? And that's an honest question, because especially if you think about people that are going shopping, you're dealing with all kinds of stress. I've got to do this and I've got to get home and I'm worried about this and I'm planning for this party and I'm planning for this event and I don't have enough money, and do I buy eggs or do I buy my medicine, or and oh my God, my kids, and I mean, the bank and shopping people are stressed to the max, man. So you're going to have every kind of emotion thrown at you, and learning to shield yourself from that is critical. So protecting your own energy, intentionally do not set that boundary. I am not opening up to feel anybody else when I walk into these spaces. There are sometimes, like at work, for example, we get a lot of people in there, and there's a lot of, when I get absolutely surrounded by people, sometimes it's too much even for me to block out, and I'll need to remove myself and be like, okay, I need a minute. That happened to me a couple weekends ago because I got so busy in there that it was overwhelming to me. And I'm pretty good at blocking people out now because I've had a lot of practice. But if you're just learning that skill, yes, the crystals help, but also setting your own intentions and protections around you, asking for protection from spirit all the way down around you, through you, into the earth, ground into the earth, pull up the earth protection energy and have it go through you and up into spirit, and just surround yourself in white light and ask for this protection. and I am not engaging with other people's emotions. They are not allowed in my energy bubble. I also put up the caveat on there. A lot of people want to put up a brick wall. Do not put up a brick wall. Put up a screen door. We need to connect to the three different energies, the spirit energy, the human energy, and the earth energy. We want earth energy, human energy to flow because it's necessary for our flow up and down. But we just want to keep the bugs out, right? So I'm not connecting into other people's emotions. I'm okay for any love and light that wants to come my way, but I'm not connecting into any emotions, right? And that's what I set when I'm walking into people spaces, work, grocery store, bank, whatever. I'm not engaging to your emotions. That is a boundary we're not going there. But if you want to send me love and light, that energy can flow through me all day long. So that's the kind of set up the screen door, not the brick wall thing. Learn to manage and protect yourself that way. Oh, Cat Mom, you ordered Otter Spirit bracelet. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I've seen those. I still don't have one. I've seen them on Marina sells or has a link with them or is an affiliate with them, and so is Sherry. So I like that. I love otters. They're so cute. I love how they hold hands. They're so cute. Maureen, I hate being in grocery stores and hospitals are my kryptonite. I have a really hard time going to my dad's nursing home. I can't get out of there fast enough. Yeah, oddly enough, I'm okay in hospitals. I don't know what it is. It's so weird because I know so many people who are not. For some reason, that doesn't penetrate my thing. But being in super crowded spaces can be a lot for me. I've learned to manage grocery stores. That took me a while. I have pretty good skills at this point, but and banks, yeah, I've learned to manage all of that. The thing that'll get me though is too crowded of an area. Most of the time I'm okay because people aren't trying to infuse their emotion onto me. But if I'm in an area like at work, there's a lot of people throwing their energy out, and that can get overwhelming for me. So I just need to remove myself, and it doesn't happen often. It's only if we're super, super crowded. So just depends. But hospitals, oddly, I do okay. But yeah, whatever your triggers are, wherever you're most sensitive, set that intention of you're not attaching to anybody's energy. You're not reaching out and you're not sending any tentacles out. You're not going to try to feel anybody's energy. You're not going to let anybody feel your energy. You have your space. This is your space. Nobody is allowed in. So, Cat Mom, I was blessed by having a therapist who is an empath who taught me how to discern what was mine and what was others. Yeah, that's the first step, is really asking yourself, is this mine? I don't really have a reason to be feeling this way. Does this belong to me, or is this probably somebody next to me? Okay, this is probably somebody next to me. Okay. So yeah, for a long time because I was an empath, but I didn't realize that's what that was growing up. I just knew how you felt, and I knew what you meant when you said something, whether or not your actions met your words. I kind of knew what you meant. But I thought everybody could do that. I thought that was just being human. So I was very much used to, I talk to people and I engage with people, and I'm going to, get into your emotions and how are you feeling and all of that. And that's just naturally how I was before I realized what I was and what I was doing. And then as my gifts grew, my sensitivities grew, and it got to be like very overwhelming. And I'd be walking through Target being like, oh, or Costco, and just like wiping everybody's energy off me, like, until now I can go through most things and I'm okay. I still don't I don't frequent Target much anymore anyway, just because of, corporate stuff. But when I do, it's still kind of an icky feeling though. I still don't like it. But anyway, whatevs. Learn how to protect your energy. So crystals may not be enough, depends on your sensitivity level. That was the whole point of that whole thing for my rambling. Level 1, is it me? Level 2, is it someone in my circle? Yeah, for sure. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to do a reading. We've been on for quite a while, almost 2 hours. I'm going to do a quick reading and for Yule, and then we'll call it a night. So please like, share, subscribe. After the video, if you could go and make comment on the recorded version, on the recording version, I'd appreciate that. That helps the algorithm. If you want to support the channel or myself, there's information in the description link. You can book a reading. I'm booking readings now, probably at this point going to be in January. But I'm booking readings / healings. My reading healings consist of doing a crystal grid of your energy and where you might need some energy work, doing a tarot spread, Celtic tarot spread, and doing some, the dowsing rods, you can ask yes, no questions, and doing some clearing of your energy with distance Reiki. So that's everything I do for reading / healing. So right now we're going to pull on the collective energy, a reading for people blessing and releasing what no longer serves them and setting their intentions, moving forth into the season, bringing forth light to fill the darkness and moving forward in celebration of this Yule and this winter solstice. That one just flew out, so I'm going to keep that one to the side. That's interesting. Okay. All right. So let's do a Celtic spread here for Yule, for the collective. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Oh. Okay. All right. Well, Knight of Wands is what shows up at the core. So this is us kind of regrouping after a lot of chaos, which makes sense because that's kind of what Yule is okay, we've been through our year. What are we ready? What chaos are we ready to let go of? And he's kind of sitting here regrouping and analyzing that. So that's literally what Yule is, actually. And what's crossing that energy is the Seven of Cups. So we have an infinite amount of possibilities on what light we're going to choose to bring in and what intentions we're going to set. So this absolutely matches what Yule and solstice is about. Blessing and releasing the old, setting intentions for the new light to come in. Which path are we going to choose? What light are we going to choose to fill the void of what we just released and let go of? And in the foundation, Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen, if you know me, you know I love me a Queen card. Queens are beautiful at protecting and nurturing anything that they love and care for. So Pentacles are earth energy. Again, Yule. So celebration of all that is the earth cycle, the human cycle. This is abundance and resources and anything that's an earth energy. The Queen creates her world as she wants it. That literally is what we've been talking about tonight. What are you going to create? What are you going to bring forth? This is the foundation of the whole reading. This is beautiful. I love this. This is so Yule and so solstice so far. So the foundation is being the nurturer and creating your abundant world and taking care of yourself and also all those that you care of, because that's what a queen does. Moving into the past position, we have King of Wands. So this King of Wands he's a bit aggressive, but he gets stuff done, right? So wands are creation and fire. And as you're releasing with fire all that does not serve you anymore. So things where you were, feeling aggressive or feeling not happy with in your life, that you're ready to just let go of and release into the world. It's time to release it. You don't need to hang on to it anymore. You can let it go, put it into the fire, burn it away, release it to the universe, pick apart all the threads that are connected to you, cut it and release it, set it free, bring forth the new intentions of the beautiful new world you're going to create as you move forward. So crowning all of this is the Page of Wands now. So these are the new plans, the new intentions moving forth. So I love that the Page of Wands is crowning this, and the Queen of Pentacles is the foundation, because she absolutely creates everything she wants in this world. And this is the new plan and new intentions that you're setting forth, which again is Yule. So fabulous. And solstice. So coming into the future, Page of Swords. So new plans, new thoughts, new ideas. Again, goes perfectly with the Page of Wands. These two pair lovely together because the page is always new energy and new things coming forth. You're just setting out on a new journey. Wands are creation and plans, and swords are truth and intellect and plans and things that are, you're moving forward in your future with the new plans, because this is in the future position, which also means, again, with Yule and solstice, the old things that you're releasing, this is your current situation, letting it go. Let the tower take it down. Bless it and release it. This is all the old stuff going away, getting rid of it. External forces, the Chariot. So these are things outside of your world that might want to try to control or influence you. Be mindful of what your intentions are and stay focused on that. So one way to do that is go within, and your center is where you feel at peace. So, and where you feel peace and happiness, whatever that is for you. If you need to imagine a moment in time where you felt peaceful and happy, or being at the beach or in the forest, or wherever you go to be peaceful and happy, go there and then think about, if you're trying to make a decision, or if you're trying to align yourself to a new intention, of how can you bring that into alignment. If you're trying to make a decision on something and it's not in alignment with your center, the answer is no. If it is, okay, there's a good chance that you're supposed to do that. If there's something that you're trying to reach and attain and it's not feeling like you're quite center, ask your guides and angels to guide you towards that intention, to guide you, to help bring your center into alignment with your bright new future, right? So ask for their help on that. This can be the illusion of sometimes you think you're moving, but you're really standing still. The Chariot often is thought of as a fast moving thing. You can absolutely make your intentions fast moving, but if you really look on this closely, there's greenery around this, which is indicating sitting still, while the Chariot is supposed to be moving forward and very fast. So there's a bit of a duality in this card. There's truth and lies. There's stone and there's gold. There's moving forward. There's sitting still. So there could be a little bit of illusion involved with this, of keep a check on yourself to continue to manifest and move forward. Make sure it's in alignment with your center, and asking your guides and angels and trusting them to move you, guide your feet, guide your mind to where you need to be in the center to move you into your intentions. So always good to ask for their assistance, and you can and you should. People that say you shouldn't don't know what they're talking about. That's literally what they're there for, is to help guide you, and they want to help you. So there you go. Anyway, hopes and fears, Four Swords. So hopes and fears, this is like, maybe you're going to miss a sign, or maybe you're going to miss an opportunity, or just be aware If you're looking and trying to set an intention to reach a particular goal, things will start crossing your path. Don't take it as, oh, that's coincidence and I just ignore that. No, it's crossing your path for a reason. If there's an ad on TV that that could be good to help me get to my intention, or a person that maybe has experience in A, B, or C. Don't be asleep at the wheel. Pay attention to all the little synchronicities that happen, especially if you're asking for guidance from your guides and angels. Just pay attention. It's okay to rest and let the universe do its work, and keep working on manifesting, and keep working on feeling the emotion and the gratitude for already having achieved it and already having it come your way. But just don't ignore the fact that when synchronicities come in, take advantage of them. And then final outcome, this is the persistence card. So you've got your the Five of Cups. So a lot of this has been a year of an emotional journey for everybody. Okay, there's some things we can't control. We need to let go of those things. And it's time. This is part of the, what are we going to let go of? And what are we going to be grateful for? Yes, cups have fallen, but you know what? Don't forget you have 2 cups standing, and maybe those 2 cups are what the lesson is, to be grateful for the 2 cups. It's okay to be tired and rest, but I also think we should normalize resting and getting back up and moving forward. And that's what this is. This is resting, getting back up and moving forward, being persistent after the battle of life. We've just been through, quite a year. Holy hell. But now we're going to bless and release some things. We're going to acknowledge the lessons we've learned. We're going to set intentions. We're going to be grateful for the cups that are still standing. And we're going to set intentions for how we're going to move forward from here. So this perfectly encapsulates Yule and solstice. And this was the bonus card that flipped out. This is the moon. The moon is also about secrets and following your intuition, and being mindful again where we think we're free, but maybe we're not, or we think we're captive, but maybe we're free. So great illustration on this card demonstrating that. You have the crab, which is free to explore the ocean, except he's chained and being pulled up out of the ocean. You have the dog and the wolf. The dog is well taken care of and gets food all the time, and yet is held captive. The wolf is free to run about, but yet has to find his food and could starve to death. You have fire and water. You have the moon, which is essentially a free being, but yet is held captive in this globe. So this is a good, where am I free that I think I'm held captive, but maybe you're not. Maybe you just need to bless and release some stuff. Or where am I held captive that I think I'm free, but yet I notice repeating patterns of things I don't like. So you might want to review those. Again, blessing and releasing things that no longer serve you, setting intentions. Also use your intuition. Water and the moon are big on intuition symbols. Use your intuition, your connection to spirit, to help guide your way forward. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much. Thanks for hanging with me while I was sick the last few days. Maureen, hope that everyone has a wonderful holiday filled love and joy. Judy, enjoy your holidays with baby Peanut. Thank you so much. Love and light to everybody. Tomorrow I'm going to have a members only live, and I'll put out information on that, so watch for that. And Tuesday, I am going to be interviewed with Life After Life as well. And there's things coming, so stay tuned. I'll be putting out announcements. Thanks, everybody. Love you guys, and we will talk with you soon. Here we go.